How successful is your sign? Is success written in the stars? Also, a sequel to Dirty Dancing. Can we have the time of our lives again? And the Halloween creep. We're talking candy on store shelves now. What's the rush? We'll explain. It is so 2020.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for joining another episode of Anchors Away. I kind of like to say it that way, if you don't mind. I'm Norma Holland, along with Robert Burns, former TV news anchors who now have fun with the news. And we have a good time. We hope you do too. So we hope you subscribe for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. A lot of fun stories today, Robert. We found a bumper crop. We have a bumper crop of great stories that you found, I found. I can't wait.
It was
How are you doing,
teamwork,
friend?
collaboration. I'm good. We were spared having to listen to my dog eat his dinner right before we did the show. So, or at least you, the listeners, were spared of that. So you're welcome. Because I was mentioning to Norma, I have a 26-pound dog who has a 64-pound dog's burp after every and I don't know if your dogs do this out there listening, but he has the most obnoxious beer burp sounding thing right after he eats anything, and he does it when he puts his head right on your lap to say thank you, and then compliments to the chef right afterwards.
I'll tell you, he's not dainty. Bastion's not dainty. I
No.
love puppy breath, but that's about it.
No, 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 no.
That's it.
You don't want puppy burp breath.
We
But
don't want we don't want Bastion breath.
no, we've got a full show. We don't need Bastion breath. So without any ado, as we are also again streaming live on Facebook, if anybody out there wants to join us, if you listen to this whenever you do on the podcast, you can join us. We record it live on Facebook, usually Mondays. Sometimes the kids cause issues, and we got to do these things on Tuesdays. Life
We got to
happens.
get those kids straight. They've got to know our priorities, okay?
They got to
They
have a
need to know.
tighter
Cramp in our
schedule.
style.
Come on, Mom. Crack the whip. Or give him a little whiskey. Whatever works. I don't know. I don't have kids. You do. You have the kids.
If I have
You
to
do
take out the
kid thing.
chancleta, then that's going to be a bad scene.
No, 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 no. We've discussed that already on previous episodes. No sandals. You
No
keep them
chancletas,
on
no
the
wooden
floor
spoons. Yeah.
or on your feet. Without any further ado, shall we jump right on into our first news headline that we get to have some fun with?
Oh, this is a good one. I love it. I had some strong feelings.
Yeah, you've got some feelings on this one. I, on the other hand, I think I'm a little bit more excited about it than you are. So give me the quick headline, and then I'll let everyone listen to what I've prepared.
All right. So, ready to have the time of your life again? Jennifer Grey returning for Dirty Dancing sequel.
Hungry eyes. Was that the best song in the entire soundtrack?
There were so many. Unchained Melody. I mean, come on. Wait, that was a whole other movie.
Yeah. I think you're switching up your '80s flicks here.
I'm switching my Swayze.
Yes,
Okay.
you are. It's not
I'm
It's
switching
not
to Swayze.
Roadhouse either. So you got to stick to the same one.
Not his finest moment.
Mhm.
But anyway, honestly, no to the no with this whole idea. This is a story I got in my feelings about it. No bueno, just because People Magazine says it was 1987 when this movie came out. Is getting ready to a sequel 33 years now after the first one was released. Jennifer Grey is returning for the sequel, serving as an executive producer on the project. Okay, we know the original storyline. Since I know you're a huge fan, let's talk about Baby.
They tried to put her in the corner back in the 80s, obviously unsuccessful because nobody does that, but now maybe they try a second time. I don't know what the plot could be.
It's
And
a
I don't know
secret.
how she could carry it on her own, but I'm going to watch this anyway because
No.
I am a child of the 80s and I love all of that cheesy nonsense that we put out there because it's still better than the stuff they're putting out now.
Are you a closet Hallmark movie watcher?
No, but I will say
Carly, tell
anybody
us.
anybody who knows me knows that I will usually watch reruns of 80s movies or listen to the same 80s songs. And I think you know how like you age stop yourself? Like you don't do
Yes.
anything newer past a certain year. And right now I'm still stuck in the 80s. So I don't do the Hallmark, but I will do
A
whatever
Pretty
what is
Woman
oh,
or
oh yeah, Pretty
16
Woman.
Candles
Of
or
course,
something.
16 Candles. Of course, Pretty in Pink. Of course, The Goonies and all
Yeah.
the
Oh, well. Yeah,
Back to
I'm
the
with you on that.
Futures and all of that stuff.
But I don't know if Jennifer Grey can carry this. The sequels of basically the plot is a secret, and but according to the CEO, Lionsgate's CEO, he describes the film as quote exactly the kind of romantic, nostalgic movie that the franchise's fans have been waiting for, and that have made it the best-selling library title in the company's history.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if we've been waiting for it. I think we kind of came to terms with that was the end of it. Okay.
But how do you do it without Swayze? I'm sorry, I don't know. Like, do they like write him into the plot as he passed away and
I
she
mean, they
misses
have to.
him? And
There's no way that they can do this movie without at least acknowledging him and acknowledging that they were together at the end of the first one. Because, I mean, 16-year-old baby and 30-year-old Patrick Swayze at the time, that was true love, wasn't it?
wait, was he 30 in the movie?
No, he
Was he
wasn't.
supposed to be
I don't
30 in the
think he
movie?
was 30. I don't think he was 30 in the movie. I can look this up. I have the
No,
internet
but like,
at
how
my.
was he supposed to be like slightly older than her?
Oh yeah, because he was the camp dance instructor, and he'd
Oh, that's
clearly
right.
been
Yeah,
around the block a few times.
yeah.
But I don't know
Those hips
what they
didn't
never
lie.
really defined what his age was. But look at him. Come on, he
I
was
mean,
older then.
did it matter?
Nah, apparently not back then.
He was fine, fine. You hear?
All right, well then that this poses the question. Not only I know you're probably not going to want to watch the movie. You might? Question mark.
No,
No, not at all. Okay. Well,
not
then
no.
here's my other question for you before we move on to the next story: Patrick Swayze or Dolph Lundgren?
Oh,
Ooh,
you got me
she's
feeling.
fanning herself off. She's hot.
I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna say Patrick Swayze. I just because he was like, such a great dancer. He was like 80s smolder, like just
He had the
I'm all
hair
about that
too.
life, huh?
He had 80s hair.
He had the hair, he had the dance moves. I mean, that smile. I mean, Lundgren. Ah, I'm
Mm,
Swayze. I'm Team Swayze.
you're going Swayze?
I'm Team Swayze. Yeah, Team Swayze.
I do enjoy me some Swayze. I can't make this decision, but he did have a hit song on that record. Most people don't know. He had a
Yeah.
song.
She's like the wind through my trees.
Oh yeah. Back when the intros were all like 45 seconds.
He had
Just
a pretty voice.
dramatic, wasn't it?
Very, yeah. Only to burn me.
I don't hear Patrick Swayze in this though. I hear a guy who can sing well, but I don't hear the Patrick Swayze. Get it? We're gonna get sued for playing this song. It's a hell of a minute though.
Man was in love, okay? I mean, it was
Why?
acceptable. Yeah, it was acceptable for the charts at the time. I wouldn't say it was the best voice, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean it was the '80s. You didn't have to have the best voice. You just had to have a
he
voice.
he had it going on.
He did. He did. And rest
I'm
in peace,
just,
Patrick Swayze.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll watch it. I got apparently now I've got time in my apartment and in my house. I got time to watch this thing. So go ahead. Go ahead. Have at it. Shall we get ready for round two on our story list of the week? All
All
right.
right.
So second story here. I think I think this is malarkey. Okay, I'm just going to come out here and I'm going to say it. We talked about this earlier. And I don't know if this is true or not. They say it's science. It's the title of the damn episode. Let's talk about it. Does your birthday determine your future success? Apparently, someone from the University of Valencia and the Paris School of Economics did a research paper that says some zodiac signs can be more successful as you get older in life. I don't believe it. I don't
Yeah.
understand the zodiac signs either. I know I'm a Capricorn if someone asks. I don't know where the conversation goes after that.
Well, I gave birth to a Capricorn as well as to a Sagittarius, so we'll discuss at some other point. But here's the deal. According to this article, to this paper by the scientists, they found that people born at the beginning of the academic year, so September and October, um, performed better than those born at the end of it. So summer birthdays,
Hmm.
like me.
I don't know.
Um,
Yeah.
and here's where it gets even more strange. Girl students, female students, are more prone to, more likely to be impacted by this phenomena and for a longer period of time than male students. So here we go. According to here, it says early cognitive imbalance is partly to blame. If you're a 6-year-old kid tossed into a first grade classroom with students who are 9, 10, or 11 months older than you're probably getting the short end of the academic stick. Um, and I guess you could look at that. Then there are kids who have to repeat a grade.
Yeah.
Past research also shows girls are more affected by things like social exclusion and classroom norms than males of every age. Tend to have higher self-esteem than females, whatever. So yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, I like my daughter's the oldest in her class, right? She was
Mm-hmm.
born in December. So she could be the youngest, but she's
Mm-hmm.
actually the oldest in her class.
Mm-hmm.
They say those students tend to do better than students who are the youngest in the class. So there is some research to back this up. I don't know if
Well,
it's
yeah.
necessarily, I don't know if I would go so far as to align it with like Zodiac,
I mean,
right?
here's the thing:
Like a Cancer is supposed to be better than a Virgo. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
yeah, I don't know. I think people will put more weight into do our signs match as far as romantically as opposed to educationally. But if you're looking at this, I don't see it. Like I see the left brain and the right brain. I see how people learn differently. I see how people have to either do it or you can read it, and you're sometimes one or the other. I get that. I don't get any of this being literally being born under the wrong sign when you're going to school at that point. So I don't get it. And you're right. I think there is some science to it if you're looking at the numbers, but it's not science. I mean,
Yeah,
come
I think
on.
yeah, it's junk science maybe. I think the developmental part of it, right, is more apt to be like the thing
Sure.
that actually is
Sure.
true,
Yep.
right? Like it says here, older girls tend to have higher self-confidence, which is rewarded in perpetuity. They get better promotions, they get more opportunities because of the things that they've internalized since the start of their school life. Younger boys struggle, right? The majority of
We
male
do
professional
anyway, guys.
athletes were
Come
usually
on.
the oldest in their class.
Not have to do with anything the way from what zodiac sign. Younger boys struggle anyway
Yeah,
because we just are more easily distracted.
yeah,
But I think the difference between an A and a C, I'm not going to argue if my kid's a B. Whatever, go ahead.
yeah.
You're fine. You're a Taurus.
We'll
Cool.
see what. Oh, I love this. I love that. I want to hear what you say when your kid comes home with a B. I just one day we're gonna
I'm
check. I'm
gonna
gonna
say
check back with you.
I'm gonna say what class is it? If it's math, high five. Okay, because I can't help you with that. I
Your
can't help
father
you
was
with.
useless in math class.
My niece came to me years ago when she was in like 6th or 7th grade, and she said, Uncle Bobby, because I'm Uncle Bobby. She goes, hey, can you help me with my homework? And I said, sure. I cracked my knuckles, and I said, we sat down. I tried to do that as
Uncle's
loudly.
one is two.
We sat down. I said, let me look at it. I looked at the damn paper, and it was long division. I said, nope, I can't help you with your math homework. And I got up and walked away because I forgot that stuff. You don't use it anymore. And so if it's math, I'm screwed. If there's a
Yeah.
class in bullshitting, I'm going to help the kid out all day long, and
Let's
he's going to
see.
have an A if he's my blood.
What would be the class in BSing? By the way, let's say hi to Todd Youngman, my good friend Todd Youngman,
Hey, Todd.
Rochester's funniest guy. Rochester's funniest guy. Also, Maureen Bash, a dear, dear friend of mine, is watching. And thank you, Maureen, for watching. We appreciate it. Maureen, love you.
Yes, thank you very
Um,
much.
Maureen, isn't he so cute? Isn't Robert so cute?
Hmm,
Maureen and I like to talk about boys. So,
clearly. Clearly.
and you just happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I also, side note before
Okay.
we moved on to another story, I do want to acknowledge that you did exactly what I thought you would. Because for us who were in the news and we're reading stories, we say the scientists because we are not. And we expect you to be you could be, the best cashier at Wegmans. And you are the cashier expert to us. When we label you, you are the scientists in this. I don't know your name. I don't know where you came from. I don't really care. You are just scientists.
Yeah, you are the
Did
scientist. By the way,
exactly what
Maureen
I
says
thought
you're
it was.
cute.
Thank
Maureen
you.
says you're cute.
Thank you, Martin.
All right, we do want to thank our sponsor for this show, Anchor. It's the easiest way for us to bring you the podcast. They give us everything we need, it's all in one place, and most importantly, it's all free. Everything on our iPhones, on our iPads, on our computers, all the creation tools to edit, it's all included, and they distribute the show for us. Send it to Spotify, send it to Apple, send it to Google. So, you can start your own podcast, get in on the game, download the Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Should we go for round 3? This one's on you.
This one, do it. This one's a good one. All right. So, are we talking about emails here?
Yes. Yeah, this one's emails.
Okay. This is a good one. I found an article over the weekend, and it really, really spoke to me. How many of you have ever gotten an email and either you forgot to hit reply or you wrote out a reply, didn't send it? Long story short, you never replied. So you, in discovering your mistake, realize, oh my gosh, I did this. And you think, well, I guess I can't send a reply now. It's too late. Not so. According to this article that I posted, you can find it on my Twitter page. It's important, according to the author of this article on medium.com, to reply to those emails. It's crazy. So what do? Well, you hit reply. Even if your response comes 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months later, it's okay, because answering emails, according to the author, answering old emails is like a secret power. You're vanquishing time and stasis while erasing the psychological hold those unanswered emails have over you. Responding late is always better than not responding. Okay, but my thing is this. Okay, according to this author, hitting reply and responding can actually benefit your relationship with that person. It can get your relationship back on track. Is it possible? I ask. If someone doesn't respond to your email and then they get back to you and they give you a reason, or they just say, they don't even talk about the reason, they just answer your email. Are you like, whatever, too late now? Or are you like, oh, they thought enough and they cared enough to at least get back to me? Robert is shaking his head over here. He's giving me all kinds of dirty looks. Why?
You've got mail.
The reason why I have issues with this, and mainly it's from personal experience, from someone who had been single for so long. This is the equivalent of when you're dating and you disappear from talking with someone, but then that person just shows back up like 6 or 8 months later and gives you the, hey, how you doing? I know it's 11:30 at night. I just forgot. I had your number in my phone and I was going through it. You know what? I miss your face. How are you? What are you doing? You want to go get coffee and redo the same thing we did like 8 months ago that ended in us not talking again for some reason at this point? That's what this is. And usually when the emails come that late to me, I have already written you off because I'm already done with whatever that project was. And I'm like, well, a little late now, buddy. And I move on.
Finished.
I'm done. I'm done with the project. I'm done with you. I've probably already gotten my answer because I don't like to wait. And so if you're going to reply to me for a couple of weeks after I either needed something, I don't need it anymore. I'm done with you. You go about your separate way.
What if they say why
on
they
stepping.
didn't respond? You are harsh.
Keep on stepping.
Cold-blooded.
Keep on stepping. What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Oh,
Slap.
damn.
Cold-blooded.
Very cold-blooded.
That's me.
Cold-blooded.
That's me.
I don't know.
I'm done. I got nothing.
I feel like, look, life is, like, especially now, right? It gets crazy, and I'm willing to give people a little bit of grace on this one and just say, all right, you didn't get back to me. I mean, unless it was like urgent, right? Like if I was like, I really need your help, and then you get back to me with the answer, I'm gonna be like, well, too late. But if it was a request, I'm just saying, I I feel like you got to give people cut some slack. COVID done jacked everything up.
That means you have more time to sit at home and answer your emails in a timely fashion.
Oh my goodness, you are so harsh.
Then again, I'm also the
you are
person with
stubborn.
a 0 inbox and a 0 text messages, and I clean and respond to everything just about right away.
Wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute. Are you saying that your inbox is
It's
there?
not zeroed out, but I have
You've got
0 unread.
zero?
I have 0 unread. And I have 2 emails. I have an iCloud and I have a Google, and I have 0 unreads in both of them. If there is that little thing, that little notification bubble, I go nuts. I check it. I have to check it right away. It's a thing. I'm crazy. I
You
know.
must be emailing people day and night then.
I have the sad thing is I also have my work laptop to my right with my work email open. So in case something comes in, I can respond. If it's something I can do right away, I will. I got to get rid of it. I can't stand it. So maybe that's why to me I have 0 tolerance rule.
Wow. I'll never forget at work, at the station where I used to work, I once had, because we used to get emails that were internal from each other, and then we'd get emails from the outside. And one time I had something like, 2,000 unanswered emails. Think about it. I was included on some emails, but they weren't all for me.
I mean, they're mostly
So-
press releases. They're mostly,
Yeah.
outside or corporate news or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't really, pertain
used
to
to tell
you,
people.
but you get them.
Yeah, I used to tell people, if it's for me and you need me to answer right away, put it in the subject line. Like, Norma, need you to answer to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the only way.
the-
That was the only way I
biggest-
would actually.
The biggest
pay
email
attention.
faux pas I have had was the last station I worked at. We had an older gentleman running the assignment desk. And for everyone out of TV, you don't know, the person who runs the assignment desk essentially knows every story that comes into the newsroom. They handle every phone call and every email that comes in. Well, what he would do is for every email he gets that he thinks that should be forwarded out, he would reply all or forward it to the entire newsroom.
Oh,
And that's fine if I didn't already get it
yeah.
5 seconds ago, and now I have
Yeah.
it twice in my inbox, and they're 2 separate email chains. And yeah, I got it, Roland. Appreciate you. And I can't say anything. You can tell his age by his name is Roland. And thank you, Roland. I appreciate it.
Horatio.
But I got it already. And thank you very
Oh.
much. Delete.
Roll it.
All right, cruising right along here. Our 4th story of this week, and probably our last, as we run up on this episode. Again, thanks for everyone listening to us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on all those platforms. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a rating, leave us a review. All those things help us just get a larger audience and have some more fun in this community we're trying to build of people just wanting to have fun
Yeah.
with the news.
Share with your friends, let them all know. This one's a great one. I hear this is like a perennial complaint, right? You go to the store, it's, September.
Is it perennial
okay.
or parental complaint or both?
It's both. It's a parental and now, well, it's a perennial, now it's a parental complaint. All right, I call it the holiday creep, right? The holidays, whether it's whatever holiday, gets earlier and earlier. Here we are. It was happening in July, Halloween candy in the stores. Come on. This is crazy.
I didn't see it that early. I saw it.
Oh, I did.
I saw it this past weekend, as a matter of fact. I went to Target, and I didn't even go into Target. I did the pickup, and they bring it out to your car because I'm one of those people who likes to make other people work harder. And I sat in my parking spot, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking at my app, minding my own business, and then I look up at the store, and I see they have the big Halloween banners hanging down. And I said, is it really time for Halloween stuff? Like, I thought we just did back to school. Is it time for Halloween stuff? And apparently it is. Apparently this is a thing because, what is it, a 2-month buffer? I think that's what the rule is nowadays, 2.5-month buffer for any Halloween or any holiday that comes up. But the headline that, stuck out to me. Trick-or-treating it might be in doubt this year.
Yeah.
So Halloween candy is coming early. And there are a lot of things that kind of come into play in this. And I was not very surprised when I started looking into it a little bit more, when they start talking about sales for M&Ms and Hershey's. And Hershey's kind of opened up on some of their sales, saying typically Halloween typically accounts for 10% of Hershey's annual sales. So 10% in Hershey's. And so there's, I don't think it's Mars, which is the one that has all the candy brands that we associate with. But still 10% of any company's revenue annual, that's a lot. And they say that 55% of Halloween candy is purchased as treats for me. You know, what you put at home and what you put in the office candy bowl, as opposed to what you supply for trick-or-treaters. And so they realize that, and they realize, well, we got nothing to do but eat treats for me now, so let's make a few extra bucks on it. It kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, it turns into a food item that you buy like anything, other snack food, right? We're talking, though, for the Halloween candy, it's 2 to 4 weeks earlier than usual. So, they're realizing, Halloween could be a total bust. So let's just get that candy into people's systems anyway, right? In some other way, and get it in their hands and not have it necessarily relate to Halloween.
So does that mean that the old CVS and Walgreens stores that turned into the Halloween costume shops are going to start popping up, or are they going to start pushing it further out? I don't know.
That's a great question. So Spirit Halloween is a company that sets up shop in old, empty storefronts here in town, and you see them every year. I wonder if they're setting up. I have a feeling they're going to. There's also a local costume shop here in Rochester called Arlene's Costume Shop. They've been around for the longest. They provide costumes all year round for all sorts of things, not just Halloween. So they, if you're doing a commercial and you need a costume, you go to Arlene's, right? They're the premier costume shop in town.
We're more than happy to keep plugging this all the way through Halloween.
Oh, I love Arlene. I know Arlene's is amazing. So, but yeah, they're like kind of a local institution. I'm just curious, like what their business situation is. But anyway, that's a good story. Any of you who are reporters, I just gave you a great story idea. Yeah. You could pitch that in your morning meeting.
Hint, hint. See where that one goes. You got time.
Fun size candy in my belly.
Do you have a favorite? What is your favorite Halloween candy? Since we're on the topic.
Ooh, okay, here we go. All right, so I love a Snickers. Snickers has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller. They were fun size. Now they're like a little tiny square.
Minis and bite size,
I think they're minis. It's the size of a damn Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah.
But I like Snickers. I also like Baby Ruth. I'm old school.
Or dirty your teeth is what I think Mom used to say. Not enough to dirty your teeth.
Oh, I didn't know. My mom never said that.
Yeah.
She would make us sort the candy and look for razors and pins and things. She was convinced people were trying to kill us. So.
Oh, no. I never had to do that. I guess my mom was more hardcore. She was just one of those. If you survive it, then you can get to the next Halloween. Then you made it to Christmas. Way to go, kid.
By the way, 19 weeks until Christmas. Can I just tell you my sister and I were talking about?
I was hoping you weren't going to bring it up.
I had to slip it in. Hey, listen, my sister and I were talking about, like, wouldn't it just be so 2020 if instead of candy, people hand out something awful like, God, what was it? Like face masks or handy wipe, individual handy wipe, or like a little little bottles of hand sanitizer.
Oh, no.
Come on.
How many weeks until Christmas?
I love that.
That's the ultimate Christmas song to me.
It really is.
I'm not gonna play it too much because it's a little depressing knowing it's right around the corner, and I don't want to think about that because we're still in summer. Damn it! I still need to get that plastic mask that I'm gonna wear to go trick or treat. Remember wearing at least to go trick or treating where you couldn't breathe. You damn near suffocated yourself as a kid because the little holes were about the size of a little pin, a little needle pin.
Yeah.
And so those things were a death trap, but they were nostalgic. And we might not
and
have
they
that.
Smelled like. Was that the end of the show?
I mean, it could be the end of this show. I mean, we're essentially done at this point anyway. I didn't cut you off. Technology cut you off. But we sound better this week, I hope. I hope everyone thinks we sound better. Granted, we just cut out. In the middle of it, it's fine. We were done. We're just stretching time now.
I was just having so much fun telling my own story, and then I'm like, wait, what happened? There, everybody's gone. It got dark in here.
It's going to get darker. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you this week for watching on Facebook and listening online. Remember to share it with your friends and help us keep the show going. We'll talk to you again next week. Stay safe.
Bye, Robert.